Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the show. Let's welcome your host, your boy, Martin Wingfield. What do you got today? First contestant is Clash. Mr. Clash, welcome.
Thank you.
Martin Wingfield.
Clash.
Second contestant, Lana White.
Lovely as always, man.
Nice to have you both back. Yeah, whatever. Failed attempt before. Let's get into it. Question 1. Ring on the buzzer when you're ready. First one to ring in can answer. You got the Mortgage Master. Question 1 is, how much of a down payment is typically required on a conventional mortgage? Lana White.
On a conventional mortgage, a typical down payment can be as low as 3%.
That sounds right. You're gonna need to come a little earlier there, Clap. Question 2. What is the term? Clash.
Down payment assistance.
Not even close. Question 2. What does the term pre-approval mean in the home buying process? Miss Vike.
Well, it means that you are eligible to buy a house and get a mortgage.
Maybe. Clash, would you like to counter?
That was a horrible answer. Pre-approval. What was the question?
What does the term pre-approval mean in the home buying process?
It means that you have submitted your documents, income documents, credit. The lender has reviewed everything.
Strand of hair.
Pardon? The strand of hair, yes. Would you like some? And the lender has reviewed them and determined that you are eligible, you are approved, pre-approved to get a loan.
On the way to approval. Yes. With stages completed. That's correct. Question 3. How long does the closing process usually take once an offer is accepted?
I'd like to solve the puzzle. Typically, it can take 30 days, but at Ruoff Mortgage, a lot of times it's so much quicker.
Well said. All right, next question on the board. What is PMI? And when? Oh, wow, let's go to the clock here. Let's see what we got. We've got Clash.
Hey, private mortgage insurance is PMI. The second part of the question,
When do you need it?
when do you need it? You need it when you're putting less than 20% down on a conventional loan or on FHA. It would be mortgage insurance, not private mortgage insurance. So PMI, less than 20% down.
We're going deep in the answers here, folks, and that is correct.
Ooh, I'll give you more information than you asked for.
Let's travel outside of mortgage and a little bit into the property condition at this point. For a second phase of our show, what is a termite inspection and when is it often required? Lana Vike.
A termite inspection is where they test for bugs around the house and the exterior buildings, and it's always required on a VA loan.
Any other reason why it could be required?
It could be required if the appraiser notes some issues that look like it might have had something to do with bugs.
Correct. Both correct. All right. Contestants, are you ready? Double the stakes.
Ooh.
What does it mean to negotiate contingencies in a home sale agreement?
A contingency is when there's a reason why it may or may not end up being your house. For example, if I have a home to buy and I'm selling, and I accept your offer contingent on me buying a house myself, your offer could fall through if I can't find the right home. And also, that's not very nice.
Sorry.
And also, if I have to sell my house and I'm making an offer on your house, I have to make my offer contingent on my home selling. So they all have to line up just like the stars in the sky, and then we all can move together.
Incorrect. A contingency can be one of any number of things that are preventing a sale from concluding. A mortgage contingency could say that you must have a mortgage to be able to get your transaction through. A Home sale contingency, meaning you must have to sell a house in order to get a transaction through. So a contingency is any known stopper that must be cleared on the path to close. Robbie, ready for the next question? Yes? Yes. Here we are. What is an earnest money deposit? Class.
An earnest money deposit is when the buyer of a property gives a deposit to basically hold the contract that has been accepted.
Correct. You might need a bit of your juicy juice there. Next question.
Lana wore me out with that last question. That last answer,
What is a...
looking good, doll. Oh, I'm sorry, Martin.
You're fine. What is a closing disclosure, and when should you receive it? We've got a noise. Lana, Mike.
A closing disclosure is also known as a CD. It is given to you at least 3 days before closing so you can review your final numbers ahead and know how much money you're going to bring, what your payment's going to be, and when that payment is due.
Well said. Correct answer. 5,000 points.
5,000. It seems somewhat arbitrary, sir.
Next question. What is the difference between a closing date and a possession date? Yes, Clash.
Closing date is when the home will close, and possession date is when the buyer will actually take possession. So you can close on a house, and if it's negotiated in the contract, the possession would be 3 days later, 5 days, 7 days, whatever. The buyer would not actually take possession of the property until that time.
Can I add something?
Please.
So also on the closing date, that's when you owe your money that you owe for your mortgage too. Just wanted to make sure everyone knew that.
Extra credit.
Also referred to as a consummation date.
Oh, huh, consummation. Oh, how did that come in?
Next up on the board, what is typically a mandated item only provided by a loan officer before a buyer could possibly buy a house?
A pre-approval letter?
Correct.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Martin. I won't question you.
Next question is, what is the fastest time you've ever seen a buyer be prepped and cleared to close on a home?
I once had one clear to close in 3 business days.
I can name that in 2 notes. 2 days.
2 days. Fine answer. Clearly a professional.
Was this pre-2010 or post-2010?
I'm having trouble seeing you, sir. I'm not sure.
Sorry, I kind of got lost in here. It's like an Addams Family thing going on here.
All right. Is it required when getting a mortgage to meet in person with a loan officer? Clash.
No, it is not required. It is suggested, but not required.
Advantages of a face-to-face meeting.
Well, you get to see.
They get to see my beautiful dress.
You mean you're not just a game show contestant?
No, I do mortgages too.
Next question. Who pays for a home inspection?
Generally, the buyer pays for the home inspection. It is optional. You don't have to get a home inspection, but if you do, it's normally rendered at the time of service, just like if you get your car worked on.
Rendered, that's impressive.
Well said.
Thank you.
It's impressive use of the English language.
Final question. Worth 1 million points, and in a tie game, likely deciding the winner. What is an escrow account? And what role does it play in the mortgage process? Lana,
All these years of turning letters has brought me to this moment. An escrow account, in regards to your mortgage payment, is the portion inside of your payment that collects for property taxes and homeowners insurance. When those 2 bills are due, the lender pays those bills on your behalf out of your escrow account.
Don't just. Correct. Yes. Big winner, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.